Hey guys, this is Elias with Softfly, and in this video I'm going to show you how to import WooCommerce Variable Products directly from OneDrive. Now I have this Excel file here on OneDrive, so I'm gonna click here on the File tab, then click here on Share and select the Embed option. Now what we want here on the Embed option is this embed code in here on the bottom. So let's copy this. And then go here to a text editor of your choosing, maybe a Notepad or whatever you're using. So paste this code, and then you want this URL. You can identify the URL because it starts with HTTPS, and it will be surrounded by quote symbols. Now you want to copy all of the URL, so that means all the way through until the very end. Now let's copy this and paste it here because we need to change a couple of things. Now the first one is you see this embed word. Well, you need to change that to download. All right. And then you need to place this text here, a hashtag /WPAI feed.xlsx. You need to place this at the very end of the URL, like so. Now copy the entire URL like this and paste it in WPL import under download a file from URL. Copy here, paste it here, and download. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's a bit tricky, so I'll be sure to leave these instructions on the description below, so you can just copy this WPAI feed.xlsx, so you can copy this directly. Now remember, change the embed word for download and then add this. Now since this is done, let's select here WooCommerce Products. All right, and since I don't have any products here on this site, let me show you real quick. I'm gonna choose new items, but you can also update existing ones using this option. Now, since this is ready, let's continue to step 2. And here on step 2, we need to do basically 2 things. The first one is make sure WPL import is detecting all of the rows. If we go here to OneDrive and click here on one of the columns, we can see that we have 2039 rows. And this is good because minus the header row, we get 2038. So that's good. The next thing we need to check is whether WPL import is detecting all of the columns. So we have here the SKU, parent SKU, name, short description, stock status, regular price, sell price, images, categories, and the attributes size and color. Now these are the exact same columns we have here. So one thing you need to keep in mind though is that WPL import only process the first tab. So if you have data on the second tab, WPL import won't process that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And since this is good and this is good too, let's just continue to step 3. Now here on step 3, we just need to drag and drop the elements from this right panel into the appropriate import fields. Now you will notice that this doesn't quite look like an Excel file. It's looking more like an XML, and the reason for that is because it's actually an XML. WPL import is transforming this Excel file into an XML, so we can use XPath and do other fun stuff here. So WPL import won't limit you to use a specific element in a specific file. Instead, just click here, and let's take this name element and drag and drop it here on the title box. You can drag and drop whatever element into whatever field you want. For example, I want this field to be the description, but I can also add here a horizontal line, some static data like this, and even other elements. Let's make this bold and hit preview. And as you can see, all of the data is here. So you can get pretty crazy here with your data, add multiple elements, add static data, even use some HTML and CSS here. There is really no limit to what you can do here. So let's continue. let's drag and drop this short description and open up the WooCommerce Add-On tab. Now, in this WooCommerce Add-On tab, you will notice that this is very similar to when you're creating a product directly in WooCommerce. Let me show you real quick. Let's create a product. And here you can see that we have our title, the description, the short description, and the WooCommerce data. Now, this is the exact same thing we have here. So you can just navigate this and build your product like if you were creating that product manually. Now, as such, let's continue and select here variable product. And you will notice that WP import has enabled the variations tab. And we'll get there. We just need to work our way through these tabs, dragging and dropping the elements like so. We have here the SKU, the regular price, and the sell price. Cool. So let's preview the prices to make sure they are correct. So we have here the same ones, so that's good. These options, I'm going to leave them as they are because the default values actually work for us in this example, but you may want to change that for your import. Now, here on the inventory tab, we need to enable the manage stock option and drag and drop the stock element into the stock quantity field. All right. Now, for the low stock threshold, I'm going to say 3, but you can actually use whatever number works for you. And here on the stock status, we have here a stock status element. But in order for us to use this, we need to enable this option right here that says set with expat. Now let's drag and drop that. It's here. All right. And WP import will import this dynamically. Now you need to keep in mind that if you're importing data with expat, you need to make sure that your element contains the appropriate data. In this example, for the stock status element, we need in stock, out of stock, and on back order. Now, if your file has the data like this, then you can use expat. If not, there are a couple of things you can do. I'm going to talk about it a little bit further here on the function editor section. So for now, let's just continue with our import. Now, the settings, I'm going to leave them as they are. The shipping and the link product tabs, I'm just going to skip them because I don't have any of that information here on the import file. Now for the attributes, we have size and color. So let's add those like so, size and color. All right, and drag and drop the values. All right. Now, these settings, I'm going to leave them as they are too. You can click here on the Advanced tab and you can have more flexibility over them, even use expat. Now, these options are the same ones you can find in WooCommerce when creating attributes. So this is basically whether you want to create variations for this attribute or not, whether you want this attribute to be visible in the front end or not, and whether you want this attribute to be a taxonomy or a custom attribute. Now here we have the link all variations feature, and this is the exact same one you will find in WooCommerce when creating a variable product. What this option will do is to first, if I enable it, you will see that the variations tab disappears. And the reason for that is because WP import will just combine all of the attributes and create variations from all of them. Now, if we do that, we won't be needing the variations tab because in this variations tab, let me click on it real quick, is where we'll tell WP import how to link our variations together. Now, we have here some scenarios and some example images. Now, these scenarios will describe basically a file structure. And you can use this image below to make sure you have the right structure. Now, for example, we have here this option that says all variations for a particular product have the same title as the parent product. Now, you will see here on the example image that this is a parent product and these three are variants. Same with the lamp shops here. So if your file structure looks like this, where you have a parent product and some variations with the same title, well, you just need to select this option and drag and drop the title element here. And WP import will understand this and create your variations. Now, in this example, I'm going to choose the first option because we have an SKU element and a parent SKU. Let me show you here on OneDrive. We have here this SKU column where each element has a unique value. And here on the parent SKU column, you can see that now all of these products have the same element, which is the SKU for the parent. Now WPL import will see this and understand that all of these guys are children from this guy and import them all as a variable product. Now let's continue. Let's drag and drop here the SKU and the parent SKU. And boom, that's pretty much it. We're done with the WooCommerce Add-On tab because we can leave the settings as they are. You're welcome to play around with them, but for this example, we're good. We have the General tab, the Inventory tab, the Shipping and Link products are going to be skipped, so let's ignore them. The attributes look good, and the Variations tab is set up correctly. Now, let's scroll down a little bit and jump into the Images tab. We have here our images, and as you can see, we're using an image that it's on a different URL than the one we're using, and those images are separated with commas. We have here 1, 2, and 3 images. Now, if I drag and drop this and hit preview, you will see that WPL import is able to detect these images. But let's just click here on the Run Test button to make sure they're good. Right, so WPL import is able to download these images, so let's dismiss this and continue with the import. These settings, I'm gonna leave them as they are because the default values work for me. Now, if you want to know more about what this option does, just hover on this question mark and read the description that shows up. Now, let's continue. We're gonna skip the custom fields area, and for the taxonomies, we have here the categories element. So I'm gonna enable the product categories, and since we have a hierarchical structure here for the categories, you can see the greater than symbol separating the different categories. I'm gonna choose the third option and enable this one that says an element in my file contains the entire hierarchy. Now let's drag and drop the categories element and hit preview. Now you can see that WPL import is detecting correctly the hierarchy tree. So let's dismiss this, scroll down a little bit, and we have here the other product options. And this is some basic WordPress stuff like post status, post dates, comments, post looks, author, and whatnot. But I'm gonna just leave the settings as they are. The default values, again, they work for us for this example. And here we have the function editor. Now, guys, this is very easily the most powerful feature in WPL import. If you know PHP, you can write here your own functions and do pretty much whatever you want with your data. A very common scenario is, for example, you have here on the attributes or maybe here on the inventory tab. Okay, let's say you want to use expat here, but you don't have the correct values. For example, you may have a 1 and 0 for when it's on stock or not. So you can use a PHP function to replace or to map the values. We have some examples here in our documentation. Just browse over it. We have the developer section, and in code snippets, you will find some very cool snippet, very useful ones. We have here also the documentation to our API and a bunch of other docs and very useful stuff here. So if you're feeling a little bit lost here or in any other of the sections we just went through, just go to our website, click here on the menu on docs, and you will be taken here. From there, you can just browse through the different categories and you will find your answer. Now, if you still need some help, just don't worry about it and contact our support team. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Now, this all is looking very good. So let's scroll down and continue to step 4. And here on step 4, it's very straightforward. We just need to click here on the auto detect button, and WPL import will choose the right unique identifier for us. Now, what you want with this unique identifier is a value that's truly unique across the whole file. The reason for that is because WPL import needs to differentiate the different records. So you can actually drag and drop the whatever values you want here. For example, a very good unique identifier can be the SKU. because all of the products have a different one. So this is unique for each one. If you have here a post ID, that's a very good unique identifier too. But again, for the most cases, you can just click here on the auto detect button and WPL import will take care of that for you. Now, WPL import shows name, SKU, size, and color, and that's a very unique combination of elements. Now, scrolling down a little bit, we will find these advanced options. So I'm gonna leave them as they are, but you can hover on the question mark and see what's going on there. Now, finally, we have here the scheduling options, and this is very cool, very useful, because it will allow you to run your import automatically on a schedule. So we have two options. We have the automatic scheduling options, and we have the manual scheduling using cron jobs. Now, you can click here on this link and it will take you to our documentation on cron jobs and also the automatic scheduling. Now, as I said before, you may want to take a look here because it can save you a lot of time. Say, if you want to update your prices or your stock levels on a daily basis or whatever, well, you can do that here. Now, let's just continue here and run our import. And now, guys, this is actually gonna take a minute or two, so I'm just gonna pause the video here and come back when it's ready. Alright, guys, we're done here. Let's go here to our products, and as you can see, it seems like we imported our products correctly. Now let's see what's going on here on the front end of the site, where we have this beautiful website. And as you can see, all of the products seem to be good. They all have images and titles. That's always a good sign. Let's open this product up. We have our title. The prices are good. This is the short description. We have here some variations, the SKU, the categories, the images are here. We have this description on the way we set it up with the SKU here. On the additional information tab, we have our attributes. And let's select a variation, and you can see that the image changes its color. So that's great. Let's see the edit product page. And we have the same data. We have our title, the description, the images. We have here the category tree. This is looking very good. Short description, stock quantity. Let's see the attributes. We have size and color. That's good. And the variations, we have 15 variations for this product, and all of them have their own image, their own SKU, their own regular price, their own sale price, their own stock quantity. And yeah, this is looking very good, guys. So yeah, guys, there you have it. That's how you import WooCommerce Variable Products directly from OneDrive using WPL import. Now, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn more about how to import or export other WordPress data, like orders, posts, categories, and, well, really anything here in WordPress, just check out the other videos in our channel or go to our website at wplimport.com. See you next time.